Hello and welcome to the Rn-Cru podcast, the American football podcast made in Scotland by Scottish amateur football fans. This is the Scotball podcast. I'm your host tonight, Keith McGinty, and tonight I'm joined by Grant. Grant, how are we, buddy?
Hi, doing good, thank you. How are you?
I'm hanging. I'm absolutely hanging. My voice is starting to crackle. I'm ready for my bed, but we've put this off a couple of times already. We're desperate to get it on, get it out, and spread the word about the amateur game in Scotland. So, but I'll persevere. I'll be a brave soldier. But thanks very much for joining us, Grant. We're also joined by Mikey. Mikey, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good.
You've had an exciting week. You're just back from Madrid. Have you got to see
Yeah,
the
still
Commanders? The
still
fans?
recovering.
How was that?
Still recovering. Yeah, it was a great trip. It was a great experience getting to go out and see the NFL. It was a great city, great stadium, and it was a really exciting game. I saw people kind of slating the game a little bit, but in the stadium it was exciting. It was end to end. There
Yeah.
was like a lot of offense. Not as many points as you'd maybe like, but getting an overtime game felt like we were getting our money's worth. So it was a really good experience.
Absolutely. You booked up for next year as well? You hoping that they're going back already?
We'll wait and see. So me and my wife, we like to go to one game a season. So we'll wait and see who's playing where. We're thinking we'll maybe go to the States next year. She's a Bucks fan, I'm a Chargers fan. So the ideal is that they play each other. But if not, we'll wait and see what's what and plan it for there.
That's class. My wife's kind of seating in just the amount of football that's going on in our house all the time just now. The boys are definitely hooked. I've got a 11-year-old and I've got a 3-year-old. The two of them are absolutely hooked. They've got their own teams, but my wife's seeping into her a wee bit. She's claiming that she's an Eagles fan now, purely for the colour, not because say how well that they did last year. So there we go. We'll get there. But that's it. The game is just spreading all the way across Scotland. Gradually, more and more people are coming towards it. But you guys are here to talk about the virtues and the great benefits of getting involved in the amateur game in Scotland, which there's many to do. Tonight we're going to have a wee talk about the first month or so of the Uniball games that have been going on. You both have been involved in those games. You had a bye last week, Mikey. Grant, you wish you had a bye last week. The sounds of it. And we'll also have a wee talk about the flag football that's going on just now. So starting off the first month of games. Grant, how's your team been doing? You're the one of the coaches at the Edinburgh Mavericks. How have you guys been doing so far?
It's been a bit of an indifferent season, very up and down. You're seeing the development of a lot of guys come through, a whole new coaching staff this season for the most part. A lot of new experienced coaches in there, but getting to grips with the Mavericks as they are now. I very much a mixed bag. Starting off, getting a walkover win, which wasn't ideal. You'd like to play every game you can, but you'll take the points when you can get them. Bit of an indifferent game against Glasgow. It was definitely a game of two halves, as the old cliche goes. And then, unfortunately, weekend just passed. Napier Knights have picked up where they left off last season and just steamrolling at the moment. No matter how hard you try, Cammy Dunn seems to find a way every week. So that's where the Mavs are just now. So
I'm going to ask you, who's been some of your standout players for the Mavericks so far this season?
I think I've been glad to see Oscar Piggott back in our secondary. He loves an interception, so glad to see him back for his year out. Seen some of the guys that I've coached for a number of years on O-line, Lewis Anderson and Wafi Yazzie playing both ways when required. It's just great to see those guys that just want to play every snap, help the team out where they can. New receiver in Rowan, he's lighting it up as well. So it's great to see these guys come through.
Absolutely. Mikey, what about yourself? How's the start of the season been for you guys?
So just like Grant and just like the Mavericks, it's been kind of up and down for us, which I guess is the story of Scottish Uniball. But we had a really good pre-season and we went into the first game really high on confidence, and then we lost our starting quarterback kind of one or two drives into the first game. And since then, we've been playing catch-up a little bit. The plan goes out the window a wee bit when you lose your starter. But we've had some good games. That first game against Heriot Watt was a really good performance. Then the next week against the Mavericks was a not so good performance. I mean, the scoreline maybe doesn't reflect the game. Like Grant says, it was a game of two halves, and we definitely were in the game. We just couldn't punch the ball in. And then we played a close one against Heriot Watt, who had improved a lot from the first game. So that's good to see as well. It's good to see teams coaching up and getting better as the year goes on. So there's some rough, some smooth, but overall it's been a good season. I think we've done well with some of the challenges that we've had. We've been hit with quite a few injuries, not just the starting quarterback, a few key players on both sides of the ball, but we're making it through, and we're feeling good, we're looking good. So it's been as good a start as it can be with the challenges we've got.
Yeah. What about yourself? Any standouts from the team so far?
So I'm always a little bit biased towards the offense because that's what I coach. But we've got a phenomenal running back this year. Mikey Relatos is over from New Jersey, doing a semester abroad with us at Glasgow University. He's just been running for 100, 200 yards a game. He's really nippy. He's played a lot of football, so he's really smart. He's brought a really good element to our offense. But we've also got some really good rookies that have come in. We've got Fergus Cleland, who's playing rookie receiver for us, who's came from Glasgow Tigers youth, East Kilbride Pirates youth, and he played for Scotland under-19 as well. He's been a real standout for us and is making some really good plays out wide. So we've got good players coming in, and we always get this at Glasgow. We get some really good talented Americans who are only here for a year or a semester, which I guess is just the nature of the university itself. But then we've also got some good rookies who are going to be with us for the next 2, 3, 4 years coming through as well. So it's an exciting squad.
Is that something that you guys do then? You wait at Glasgow and Edinburgh airports, waiting to see the flights coming into the States, see who looks like a player, try and see which uni they're going to, and nick them there. Is that something that you do then? Aye.
Not quite the airports, but we've got our guys at Freshers Fair. I think they just listen out for American accents and then try and make sure they don't go sign up for basketball or anything else that might distract them while they're over here.
Amazing. What about you, Grant? Have you had much experience with the American players coming over and getting involved?
You always love it when you hear an American accent on rookie day, and you just go, "Oh, you've played before." They tell you, "I played through high school, just over here," and then you get hit with, "I'm just here till Christmas," and you're like, "Great, we'll get you integrated as quick as possible, and then you'll be away." But no, some of the guys that have been in have been absolutely phenomenal. I think it's just the way they live and train in the States through, must be through like high school, even into college at some points. Like these guys are genuine athletes. Might not be the most talented football players, but my God, these guys can run. So it's always great when you hear that accent coming through on rookie day. You go, "Yep, we'll try and nail you down before you move on to softball or basketball or something."
It seems to have got a totally different way of life over there. That they're up for the programs, the movies that you see, that they always seem to be up like ridiculously early for training before school starts, and school starts there about 8 o'clock or something like that. It's a totally different way of living. It seems so. A lot of the good habits that they've got will hopefully be able to be passed on to some of the players that we've got in our game here. Moving away for your own sides, then, has there been any other players in the teams that you've faced so far that maybe thought, "Oh, they're balling this year"? You mentioned Cammy Dunn, EK Pirates quarterback, is that right?
Yeah, he played most of the season last year for the Pirates.
He's a phenomenal talent. Phenomenal talent. He's got a great arm on him, and boy, that boy can run. If there's not a pass on, he just goes, and he's got a set of wheels on him. He's a big lad as well. Very hard to tackle. He's just got what you need.
Absolutely. Any other players at all that he's kind of covet a wee bit?
So we've had that. It's been a funny start to the season because basically between the start and Christmas we're only playing Edinburgh and Heriot Watt. But from Heriot Watt, he's a little bit of a do-it-all player. But Abdul Sanusi, who played for Glasgow Tigers last summer, who's played, I mean, when we play against him, it feels like he's playing everywhere for Heriot Watt. He's kind of their star man, and he makes plays on both sides of the ball. So it's good going up against players like that. And like I said, Heriot Watt maybe had a rough start in the first game against us, but they really brought it in the second game, and Abdul was a big part of that.
Yeah, it was a much tighter second game, 19-12. You guys won on that one. Looking ahead then, games that we've got coming up this weekend. Let's see, 23rd November. So Tigers taking on the Mavericks. You two are up against each other then. What's your thoughts on that one, Grant?
I think it's going to be a tight game. Seeing the last game, first half was really tight. I expect it to be a little bit higher scoring from both sides. Coming off the back of last week, the Mavs definitely have a point to prove. We knew Napier were going to be a really tough opponent, but when you reflect on that game and you maybe see some of the defensive improvements that you could make, I think they're going to stand up a little bit firmer. Downside is we gave up a lot of ground to Napier's running back. So like Mikey touched on, they've got a great running back there in Glasgow as well. So hopefully looking at the film and tightening up there. So I expect to see a couple more scores, but still quite a tight game.
He's been nice here, Mikey. 22-0 it was in the last game there. That must been a wee sore one for you. Looking forward to getting a wee bit of retribution on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's never good to leave a game without scoring any points, and I don't want to make it sound like we're making excuses, but there was a good, 2 or 3 drives where we were in the red zone and we just couldn't punch it in, and because we started getting behind, then we're going for it on fourth and we're leaving with no points when we're down in the red zone there. But yeah, hopefully we'll get the chance to put up some points. That was just the second game of the season, and it came straight off the back of the first game, which is when we suffered a couple of those injuries, including to Rhys Arris, the starting QB. And we also didn't have any idea what Edinburgh were going to look like. As Grant touched on, it's all new coaches from last year. So looking at last year's film really wasn't going to tell us anything. So we were going in a little bit blind. This time we know a little bit more. We've played against the Mavericks. We've seen the film from last week against Napier. So I think both sides will know a little bit more about each other and maybe suss each other out a little bit more. And hopefully we can use that to our advantage on Sunday.
Is that something that happens between all the teams then? Do you share the film from all the games that everybody takes then?
Yeah, it's got a lot better in the last couple of years. There used to be some kind of old school attitudes where teams wouldn't want to share film and they would try and kind of hide it from each other. But especially in Uniball, the head coaches have all got a really good relationship, and we get film pretty much the very next day as soon as the game happens, which is great for us because it's an amateur sport and we're all working and doing other things. So getting the film as soon as we can gives us more time through the week to go through it, prepare stuff for training, think about what we're going to see. So it's been a really good step. It's made things a little bit more professional. Since I first got involved in the sport, we do a lot more now with film because teams are sharing more and there's more communication.
Ultimately, Grant will just make it more competitive and making better games for the people to go and watch.
It does, because then you're seeing your matchups. If we actually go into that much detail, you're looking at cornerbacks and DBs. You're saying, okay, you need to match up against these receivers. When we see this formation, that's when we're expecting the ball to get thrown. Maybe this is what call they'll have. Like, actually goes into quite a lot of depth, and it gives your guys coming through that maybe haven't played the sport before. Okay, this is the kind of things you need to look out for. This is maybe what to expect from their guys. Is there any kind of looks? Is there any tells coming off the snap that you can watch out? And ultimately, it just improves all the guys' football intelligence. So I think it's a great thing.
Brilliant. Looking forward to that. So that's this Sunday, Ganachie 3G Astro, Ganachie Sports Centre. 12:30 kickoff time. Take it, anybody can go. Is it pay the gate for that one?
No, it's free entry, so it's at the University of Stirling's campus, and it's just at their sports centre, but no paid entry. If anybody wants to come along, there's a kind of viewer spectator area just next to the pitch, so it'd be great to have as many people as possible along to come and watch what will hopefully be a good game.
Fantastic. The other game that's taking place on Sunday is Aberdeen Bulls versus the Stirling Clansmen, 1 o'clock at Balgowie Road in Aberdeen. If anybody up there fancies going along, make sure you get along, support the teams there. Excuse me. What have you made of Stirling and Aberdeen then so far this season? Have you had a chance to see much of them? Grant, I'll come to you.
Yeah, not so much Aberdeen. Aberdeen were actually supposed to travel down to Mavs for the season opener, but unfortunately, I think they just didn't have the squad that they needed squad size-wise for player safety to make it down. I think they do struggle from time to time up there, just lower player recruitment, just being a bit more out the way and quite a way to travel. So not seen anything of Aberdeen yet, but I've been away to Aberdeen before with the Mavs. They're always a good team to play. They play hard, very respectful team. Never a bad game. So hope to see the guys get back up to speed, get a couple of games in there. And Stirling, yeah, I don't know what to make of Stirling sometimes. Stirling have got this great reputation. I think they won 3 national championships in the Prem days gone by with their current head coach, Victor Peredo, who's a brilliant head coach. But a mixed bag again this year, mixed bag kind of last year. Some great performances, some not so great performances. So, yeah, just be interesting to see more of how they perform over the next couple of games.
They certainly bounced back for their 35 to 0 hammering in the opening game of the season to win, was it 53 to 0 against the Heriot Watt in their second game. So yeah, quite interesting. They put 62 past them again. It seemed to be free scoring. I'll be interested to see just how much a challenge the Bulls can put up against them there. Any other teams that we've not covered? Edinburgh, the Napier Knights. What have you made of them so far, Mikey?
Yeah, they've just kind of picked up where they left off last year, which I suppose everybody expected when you going into the year that Napier were going to have a lot of returning players. They've got a lot of returning coaches out of all the teams in Uniball. Napier are usually one of the most consistent. They've had the same coaches there for a long time. They've got a good link in with the youth set up there, the Napier youth team. So everybody kind of expected them to pick up where they left off, and it looks like they've done that. Having watched the film of their games, especially last week against the Mavericks, as Grant says, they've got a really good QB who's kind of leading them on, but they've got great players dotted throughout the team, players with a lot of experience already, having come through youth football, having played for Scotland. So they're putting together a really good season. We don't play them until after the Christmas break, so we've got a little bit longer to wait. But it's always a tough day from us in the end. So hopefully we'll be able to kind of lay a glove on them again when we do come up against them. But they certainly look like they're the favourites in the division this year.
Yeah, fantastic. There seems to be there's 3 more weeks of Uniball before, as you mentioned, you've got your Christmas break to the end of January before everybody's back. I kind of forget that everybody is playing these games, they're also there to study as well, and they've got their exams coming up. It'll be a bit of a stressful time for everybody. So I hope everything goes well for everyone. They enjoy their games. It'll be a nice wee distraction from the studying for everyone. Anything else for the games coming up, or how you guys doing for recruitment at the moment, Grant?
Yeah, I think definitely looking forward to upcoming fixtures. Busy period, a lot of games to play or have been played and to be played before Christmas. I think a well-earned break, just like you said there, Keith. The guys can get their studies and take a bit of a breather. But yep, recruitment happens all year round. If anyone is at the University of Edinburgh and fancies playing, it's Peppermill Sports Complex in Edinburgh, 8:30 Tuesdays and Thursdays, recruiting all year round. So if anyone's interested, get on down.
Fantastic. Mikey, what about yourselves?
Yeah, same as Grant, and we kind of pick up players all through the year. We obviously have like our big intake at the very start of the year, but we always get guys for the start of the second semester who maybe come along and fancy giving it a go. And those first couple of weeks back after Christmas are almost like a mini pre-season for all of us when we're getting back into training and getting everybody back up to speed. So yeah, if there's anybody that's at University of Glasgow who wants to give American football a go, we're Tuesdays and Thursdays as well. The training times and venues kind of change, so it's best to just get in touch with the team on social media, or if you bump into anybody about the uni, they can keep you right.
Amazing. Moving on, we'll have a wee look at the flag football that's going on this weekend. This is game day 2 for the women's flag football. We've got 3 teams from Scotland heading south to Cheshire County Sports Club. You've got the 2 East Kilbride teams, Red and Black, East Kilbride Pirates, women's teams, and the Edinburgh Rogues heading down as well there. So best of luck to them. Games are starting tomorrow at 1:30. So you'll be able to find, usually on YouTube and Instagram, the games are broadcast live. Is that right?
Don't know if all the league games get broadcast. Certainly the playoffs and things like that do, but I'm sure if you keep up with the Pirates especially, will be posting scores throughout the day, and they'll do a roundup at the end of the day.
We are on the lookout for some women flag players to see if they'd like to come and join the Scotball team. Educators, we want to find out more about it. So if you know anybody that'd be interested in joining us, certainly get them to drop us a DM or an email, host@gridironcru.com, and we'd love to get some more people involved. Just spread the word. We want experienced people that know what they're talking about to come on and let us know what's happening. So best of luck to the Scottish teams going down there, starting with the East Coast Pride derby, red and black team against each other. That'll be interesting to see just how the bus journey is and the way back after that one. That'll be quite good. Excellent, guys. That was just a wee brief rundown of everything that's happening in the world of amateur Scottish game just now. The the contact side, they'll be getting all back together just now, starting to plan ahead for their pre-season camps and what they're going to be doing. You guys involved with that just now, or do you wait a wee bit later on in the year?
So I'm joining for next year. I'm joining East Coast Pride Pirates under 19. So they've been doing a little bit of off-season work, just picking up new players as you go through it. The younger groups, especially, I think it's important to kind of keep things going as guys go back to school and start to get friends involved. But we'll be ramping up again in the new year with some rookie days and fresh practices at the start of the year, as will be Pirate seniors, Tigers seniors, Clyde Valley, Inverclyde, all of the guys across Scotland. But for us at under 19s, we'll really be kicking things up a gear once we go back after the new year. And as uni starts to kind of ramp down, there's not really any downtime in between. We're straight into the guts of it with the under 19s and seniors.
Smashing. What about yourselves, Grant?
Yeah, sadly, there's no adult contact in Edinburgh anymore. So a wee bit light on the ground this side of the country. But there's, like Mikey said, for under 19s, there's plenty of opportunities for Napier. They have under 16s, under 19s. They have the whole setup right the way through from 8 years old, I believe, playing flag right the way through. So not so much involvement for me, but plenty of opportunities for anybody that fancies coaching. Get in touch and with the guys there if you fancy it.
Oh, absolutely. That's a shame to hear. Hopefully it will come back. Was it the Edinburgh Titans? Is that right?
No. It was the Wolves.
With Edinburgh Wolves, that's what it was. I hopefully make a comeback soon, but it's been keep saying on the podcast that just how popular the game is becoming in Scotland. There's no doubt it's maybe a year or so away, especially with flag football coming. There'll be that wee crossover. People that will get interested in flag maybe want to go and try the harder stuff with the contact game. So, fingers crossed that picks up as well, and we'll certainly be able to shine a light on it and spread the good word if any teams do pop back up in Edinburgh. Gentlemen, this has been a Whistle Top tour, a tour of the amateur game in Scotland. I think my voice has got about 2 more minutes before it totally finally breaks. I've been waiting for this since puberty hit. So I think we'll call it quits there. Before we go though, just want to mention that the Rn-Cru are hosting a watch party at the Raven in Glasgow on St Andrew's Day, or the Sunday the 30th of November, from 5 o'clock till late in the Raven. We've got an area set off at the side with all the monitors, the big tellies and the big screen on the wall as well. So if anyone's interested in coming down, would like to go on the guest list, send us a wee email or a DM to any of the crew's social media, or you can email us host@gridironcru.com. Please come and join us. We'd love to meet so many of the people that are enjoying the game in Scotland. So yeah, hopefully be able to see them there, and hopefully some of you guys may be able to make it along as well. Grant, I know you're going to come.
Yep,
I'm looking forward to meeting you in the flesh as well, bud. Mikey, hopefully you can round up some of the Glasgow guys to come along as well. So that'd be really good to see everybody. Guys, anything else you'd want to add before we wrap up then?
I think just keep getting tuned in, and like you said, keep anybody reach out that's interested in joining, helping out, or get in touch with any of the uni or adult contact teams or under 19 teams, and just try to grow the sport as much as possible. Any slight interest, get in touch.
Magic. Mikey?
Oh, exactly the same. It's good to get chances like this to come on and speak about the university game, speak a little bit about women's flag, under 19s, all of those things. I think it's really important to get people talking about it, get people sharing things. More people see it, more people get involved, and that's how we're going to grow the game. So, no, yeah, just anybody who wants to get involved, like both of you guys have said, just get involved. Whether it's playing, coaching, podcasting, all of it helps along the way.
Wonderful. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We will be back sometime in December, just a wee roundup of the next 3 weeks of games. Until then, I hope everybody enjoys their football. Make sure to get down and get involved. Thanks very much for listening.